Oh boy, sorry that I am late. Yeah, it just pops up. I just had to like jump out of that last show and say, "Oh my God, the ship is leaving." The ship is leaving. It's going to be a short show tonight. Going to be a short show tonight. How's everybody doing? Yeah, I was just in a show. I had to like pop out. How you doing? I'm probably going to start in about 5 minutes. I just wanted to open up the window. The show I was in kept opening, closing, and I had to stop at 6, and I just stayed there too long because. So now I'm gonna have to take a 5-minute break. Let's see what I can do. Can I post that I'm on? Yes. So any questions? Everybody that comes here, you gotta come with a question. So we end in CHO, but we begin in BRO. I like that because the CB comes together. Communication, the 10-4 code, the higher and lower. What makes the separation that it's no longer equal? Right? It's that one separation. How do we get to 7? Right? How do we get to 7? How do we get to 13? Why do we need that separation? How come only one separation? What's going on, right? So I'm going to look at the cube and see what's going on. And I notice in the cube that only the 1, 3, and 5 are the only ones with the heart position. So you got to have something. Somebody's got to know something.
Slow, 8 bright corners start to glow. 12 edges walk in the sky's playground, and a secret Santa not written. In a little brown town where the stars spin round, Charlie Brown walks with his head bowed down. But the sky above wears a zodiac crown, and the numbers keep dancing around. Brown town, every rhyme comes back around. Charlie counts moons on a lunar board grid, 13 by 13 like the universe here. 169 squares where the fractals are found. Cosmic game board, Charlie Brown.
Boom, 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 boom. Soon we're all gonna feel like this. See, this is what we're all supposed to feel like. You know what I'm saying? We're all supposed to feel this good vibration. We're all supposed to be pumped all the time. We're not supposed to be mad at each other, fighting each other for nothing and nothing at all the time. All the time, this and that and the other thing. Close the TV down. Close the TV down. Do not participate.
That can be found comes back home to Charlie Brown. Faces turning slow, 8 bright corners start to glow. 12 edges walk in the sky's playground, and a secret Santa not written down. 3 plus 1 plus 3 we see. 7 opens the geometry, but 3 and 4 hold the hidden door. Straight across forevermore. No angle turning, no shadow glow. Just the bridge from 3 to 4. That's the line where the worlds are bound in the quiet mind of Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown, don't look down, stars are spinning all around. Celtic wind and ocean sound in the zodiac circus town. Spin the cube and hear the beat, more than rhythm in your feet. Every step along the ground, it goes back to Charlie Brown. It goes back to Charlie Brown. Now Fred walks in with a clumsy tread. Charlie, careful Fred. Rory's horns cut through the sky. Taurus watches seasons fly. Gemini twins in mirrored sound. Cancer builds where rivers are found. Leo roars with solar crown. Virgo measures fields of brown. Libra balances sky and sea. Scorpio guards the mystery. Sagittarius walks the road. Capricorn climbs the mountain cold. Aquarius pours the northern rain. Pisces swims the cosmic rain. All of them dance in circles round in the circus tent of Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown. Hey Charlie Brown, spin around. Hear the zodiac carnival sound. Fractals bouncing up and down in the great sky circus town. Celtic drums and northern tone. Hip hop pulse in ancient stone. Every rhythm that we found echoes back through Charlie Brown. 13 moons in a turning year. Whisper rhythms we barely hear. 13 times 13 we see. 169 in geometry. 40 steps around the side. Like Monopoly's cosmic ride. Every square a place in time. Every step another rhyme. Charlie Brown walks every round, mapping numbers on the ground. Fred drops stones along the way. Oops, he laughs, my bad today. Hey, Les. Hey, Les. Hey, Les. Hey, Les, my bad today. A is 1 and B is 2. C makes triangles coming through. Alphabet bones inside the sound. Letters dancing all around. Music rises from the keys. 88 in harmonies. 52 white light weeks we know. 36 shadows in the undertow. Binary beat of 1 and 2 makes the rhythm move through you. Even Charlie nods his crown to the cosmic math around. Charlie Brown, Charlie Brown, hey Charlie Brown, lift your crown, you're the mayor of Zodiac Town. Numbers bounce and fractals spin, everywhere the stars begin. Fred the Builder, clumsy friend, helps the sun, just Charlie Brown.
And the next song is, what's the next song going to be? Let's check it out. Oh yeah, I like this one. So how you doing? I'm getting ready, getting prepared. Another few minutes. You have any questions? The future is upon us. Imagine, do you know we have jumped into a time machine? Ça fait des mille années, thousands of years ago. Des mille années passées. What would they have said if they were here today? But we are here today with yesterday. On est ici aujourd'hui avec hier. Toutes les scriptures, all the scriptures, all the Bibles, all the books, all the languages of yesterday. What is the truth of yesterday? All the books, all the Bibles, all the scriptures. Who wrote these books? When were these books written? Are they 100 years old? 500 years old when no one can read and write? Who wrote these books? When did they write these books? Irrelevant to the fact, every book that is written has a word, and every word is already a script within its own, knowingly, unknowingly. It is as is, and all I talk about is A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. If it's SOFT and you say soft, en français, ça peut être doux. So in English and French and other languages, the word soft wind moving through, okay, would be spelt a different way or maybe the same way. The letters would change and tell what story it would tell that story. How would the two stories come together? What story would it be talking about? And now for next is that number 46, the infamous 46, 23 chromosomes and 23 chromosomes. Well, what happened? 22 jumped over 23 to 24, right? 22 jumped over 23 to 24. "22 jumped over 23 to 24. 23 and 23 chromosomes is 45, jumped to 47, equaling to what is 83, the two master numbers, and as well 92. The three together equal to a total of what is 3-9. The angels to the lower house, and the upper house is 6-3, the masculine. Lower house feminine, upper house masculine. Let me tell you what I did. You see those fours? I added them together. 4, 8, 12, 1 and 2 is 3. The 5, 6, 7, I added them together. 18, 1 and 8 is 9. But guess what? It's 10, 8, and not as so as is. You can also say it that way, the association of 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's finish the song. How was Zeus tonight? E through Z. Make it easy music. Ho! Yeah. Thursday night. The weekend's coming. Oh, Zeus is in town.
Every tongue and every breath carries life beyond
that breath. Cheesy moon.
In the yard hears the tone. Cat on the roof guards the phone. Every creature plays a part in the rhythm of the cosmic heart. Bonjour la terre, écoutez bien. Les nombres ouvrent le chemin. Logos whispers in the air. Every sound already there. On shining desert wide. Neon shining desert wide. Rolling rivers made of pride. Cards on tables, dice that spin. Numbers chasing loss and win. From Reno hills to Vegas lights. Machines awake through endless nights. But high above the desert sand, ancient watchers guard the land. No more chains and no more spin. Truth begins beneath the din. Under the sun and under the moon, every number finds its tune. Dark house standing in the sand, compass turning through the land. Le chien garde la maison, le chat parle à l'horizon. Every game has rules to play. Night and morning, dark and day. Hockey skates across the ice. Baseball throws the spinning dice. Soccer runs from field to field. Every move a truth revealed. The seagull table shining bright. Follow laws of chance and sight. Every rule a mirror shows how the hidden balance flows. Dog keeps watch on earth below. Cats send signals as they go. Under the sun and under the moon, every number finds its tune. Dark house standing in the sand, compass turning through the land. Dans les vents, les mots voyagent entre la terre et les Two and two become the floor. Three above becomes the door. Or between the even stands, joining all the mirrored lands. Four directions hold the ground. Eight more turning all around. Sticks of light begin to rise, building houses to the skies. Triangles forming sacred fire, rising ever higher, higher. Tetrahedron in the night, holding balance, holding light. Guten Abend, hört den Klang. Numbers move like ancient songs. between the beams the signals flow, where the hidden pathways go. Dans la maison du soleil, les animaux font conseil. And the meadow clover grows, where the patient farmer knows life returns through turning days in mysterious quiet ways. Pig walks slowly through the land, keeper of the soil and sand, cycle moving deep and wide like the rhythm of the tide. Barn and kitchen, flaming grain, all the earth returns again. East and west the winds will sing, north and south the rivers bring, four directions shape the land, eight more guide the traveler's hand. Upward line through moonlit dome turns the planet into home. Moon above and sun below guide the ancient ebb and flow. Under the sun and under the moon, every rhythm finds its tune. Dog and cat and earth and star teach us who we really are. Vegas fading in the sand, truth returning to the land. Let nombres deviennent the liens between the stars and hearts of men. Lovers guiding through the night toward the rising of the light. Listen close and you will hear every sound both far and near. Games and numbers, words and signs, hidden maps between the lines. Dog still watches, cat still speaks across the valleys and the peaks. Every rule becomes the key, opening eternity. In the doghouse under the sun holds the son of everyone. Icelandish shelter, smooth.
Okay, am I late? Am I late? Yeah, okay, let's put on the song, but I'm going to be here, see who's here. What's up here? Fred Tartaria? What's that? Oh yeah, we'll start after this. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Just wanted to give it 5 minutes.
Woke up late with a volleyball head. His room was a mess and the goldfish was dead. There was ketchup on the ceiling and the floor was red. He looked in the mirror, gave a stare and said, I think last night I accidentally the sheets and a shoe in the bread. Fred's dead, not really, just in his head. He danced too hard and broke the bed, spilled hot sauce on his favorite Fred. But he's still rocking birthday Fred. Need a razor glass for chaos, Fred. Shouted, "It's my birthday, I want jam and some Fred." The neighbors all stared, but the cat just said, "Dude, chill out, you're off your meds." He turned around, he wasn't alone. There were clowns in suits and a dog with a phone. A cake exploded with a frosted tone. "Jeff, happy birthday, Fred, don't pay off that loan." Red balloons and shredded bread, a toaster on fire in the flower bed. Fred played drums like a loaf of bread because the voices told him rock instead. Fred's dead, just kidding, he's in the shed. Here, so scream real loud and shout root beer. Let the madness spread, no rules, just dread. It's the party of the year and it's all for Fred. Let me know if you want a melody suggestion or if you want to add verses about party guests, space lizards, or an electric kazoo solo. Happy birthday to Fred, wherever he is!
From at which beginning would we believe to say something is true? Is it from the first thought, from the first word? These time machines, I'm telling you, this is a time machine. You know, if I ask it a question about the past, it'll tell me. I don't know if it goes into the future, but I don't trust it that much yet. I trust it about the past. And you know what I do with the past? See, I can follow the past. You know how I can follow the past? Is 3 years ago, I heard there was a planet Earth. And 20 years ago, I heard there was a planet Earth. And 50 years ago, I heard planet Earth. And if I picked up this phone and called anybody and told them to take one of these machines, because it seems like we trust it, it says Earth is the third planet, Mars is the fourth planet, the third planet, or 3 is Gemini. 1 between 2 equals to 3, so upon the first breath you take when Alpha met Bet, what would you say? How do we determine what is something? By looking at what is as is by the something that describes itself. And that's the alphabet. Yesterday, the numbers, Chaldean, Gematria, 1 through 7 through 1 through 7 through 1. 18 and 9 equals to 27. 13 and 20. That's not what I want. I don't know why I wrote that, but I'm going to go 7 and 20 equals to 27. 15 and 26 equal to 41. What's up? If something is a lie, the truth about it, it's a lie. Algorithms are algorithms. They are not truth nor lie. If what they're used for becomes a truth or a lie within the substance of its delegation, then that would be something else. So I'm not really into that, other than to understand then if there's something that can be 100% discussable, like the thing about language, it's the letter A. No, it's Aleph. No, it's this language. That's the letter. This is the letter. I mean, I'm saying A for the first letter, but we can go to other languages where the sound is different. So that music vibration will be different. So does that mean my A is a lie? Now, how to determine a lie is to know the difference, and that's the first thing in about discovery, is to know the difference. So tell me a lie that I can work with. First of all, I love the association, the L, the I, and the E. The reverse alphabet of L is O. The reverse alphabet of E is V. That says that love is a lie. How can something be the truth or a lie if it's misunderstood? A through Z, there are only two letters in this, let's call it house. G through T, there are only two letters. This is, I call this Gematria 7, GT. The reverse alphabet of G is T and T is G. And that's how it becomes like that. 7, 7. And then this is OZ. So in Chaldean, the highest number in Chaldean is 8. And the F and P in Chaldean are both 8 and 8, and there are only two of its kind. The O and Z are 7 and 7 in Chaldean, but in the alphabet we know it's this. So I use this. Now this here, Oz 77, is also power, Christ. Where is this? 77, power. Peanut. P-E, peanut. So we eat the peanut in the 7th inning stretch. the peanut has two sides, but the area space is just a space between, giving the area space for the peanut to be as it is. Everybody needs a little extra space, right? And then the peanut itself splits into two. So now we have one peanut that's actually two peanuts. That's now four peanuts, but it's just really just one peanut. Can it be like the same as other nuts? Like a pea pod? Like, can you take apart a pea pod? Like tomatoes, you're not going to go take apart the tomato. Well, actually, you do. You get tomato sauce, you know. You get string beans, like avocados. They can sell avocado. They sell avocado. They call it that avocado sauce. I think I'm in the mood for some that avocado. There's a place down the street from me. They make amazing food. It's called Morzan. If you live in Saint Jerome, if you're coming from Montreal and you want something that's Mexican in Saint Jerome, you're coming from Saint Hippolyte, Saint Sever, right? You tell them the numbers guy sent you, right? He likes the numbers, right? Makes a giant sandwich, you know, and the cost about $19 for a sandwich, but it's really good, you know. And that's the way it is, you know. So why are things rising in price? Why do things rise in price? Are we getting smarter? Well, there you go, right? So one of the things I talked about earlier, and I don't want to forget, and right now I'm just talking to myself. That's why I decided to do these lives. I decided not to look at anybody and to look at everybody as if I was talking to myself, as if they were me, except this way, they all have their own mouth. They can all talk. They can all figure it out on their own. They can think for what I'm thinking. I can get an answer. I don't want them to participate in the end result. That's why they always say you never listen to anybody. That's it. I listen to everybody, and then I choose. It just so happens I didn't choose any of your ideas. And then sometimes I put a little of your idea, a little of your idea, and a little of your idea together. And by the time I decide to do it, it's too damn late. You know what I'm saying? So, peanut power 77. So what is 7 and 7? It's two digits. What's the average? The average is... The average is 7 and 7 is 5. 7 plus 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. But wait a second. What if I multiplied it? Right? What if I multiplied it? I'll show you what it is. Oh, you know what? We can just go on forever. You know that? We can just go on forever. If I talk, I can just not stop. So just give me 1 second to explain this real fast. We have the 7 and 7 equals to the 5. The 5 and 4 come together to create a 9, the feminine. Ta-doom. We need the 9. 7 times 7, 49. 7 plus 7, 14. 14 and 49, 63. 4 and 1 is 5. 9 and 4 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. We have 5 for the feminine and the masculine within. It doesn't become anything until the word speaks. The 513 is the orange ball. The orange ball is now going to be connected to what is the 1 and 9 coming together. The 1 and 9 come together, and the 3 and 11 come together when the 5 and 13 come together. In the game of pool, if you get the 1 and 9, they're yellow. If you get the 3 and 11, it's red. When you mix the two, you get orange. Now, what happens with the green in pool? The green in pool is going to be 6 and 14, and that's going to come from yellow and blue, if I get that right. And that would be from the 1 and 9 ball and the 2 and 10 ball. Now, Sagittarius meets Scorpio, Sagittarius meets Capricorn when Scorpio comes together with Taurus. The MT of 33, that's the Aztec. Second half of the Aztec calendar, linking into the spirit, the M letter. So, Greg, you're still here? No, Greg is gone. Greg wanted to come up. So who wants to come up? There was some from the other show that I had to drastically leave very quickly as this show was going to begin. with some music. Yeah, more or less. More or less, you can say that. Yeah, yeah. Because you see, if we went back, hold on, I got a time machine here. So we go back with this time machine right back to the first language, right? How do I know that? Well, we're speaking today, aren't we? Isn't the whole planet speaking? That's how I know. And secondly, they translate all the languages. So we can go back to the beginning to right now. And now they have the money language, the oil language. So I like to look at that. They also have the language where in Monopoly, you have the $1, right? And you have the $5. Is that how it works in Monopoly? I think it's 1, 5, 20. 1, 5, 20. And then I think it's 50, and then 100 and 500. So the 512 association is, for me, it's conscience coming together. The pull of conscience is in the 5. The 5 are 50. The 201, the 120. This association is actually 111. 1 plus 2 plus 0 equals to the average of 1. 3 heart zones. The 5 is also another one that holds 4 corners onto it, or let's just call it baseball, and you start at home plate and you go all the way around. So you have 3 bases and you touch home plate twice. Is that the 5? And when you do that in baseball, right, they call it circuit, cooked. It's not only cooked, but it means circuit. In baseball, it's a home run when you run all around the bases, right? So now I have to write down the word base. And the base will be a 1 and 3 and 1, which converts to a 3 and 1 and 3, which equals to 5, which equals to 7, which equates to 57, 75. Very quick, eh? Too quick. I'm too quick. 512 conscience, or 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. 5 and 2 Earth, 5 and 1 Mars. When you say yo, yo, yo. When you go to 15 and 20, when I add 1 to 5, one side of the dice, it shows 1, 5. The other side, it shows 2, 6. When I add 1 to 5, it's 15. When I add 2 to 6, it's 20. The 15 is now going to be the game of pool. The 20 is going to be the game of darts. The game of pool is 717. The game of darts is going to be on a property line between all games, on the borderline. Why do I say that? It's a 10 and 10. It's an even configuration. 15 is not an even configuration. Check this out, which is so freaky. Have you ever done this before? You take 15 balls in pool and you put them into a triangle. But when you're finished playing, you take the 16 balls and you put it into a square. 8 and 8. Now, when you start removing balls, you start to see there's all kinds of different designs that are coming out amongst the balls as you set up the balls. So within the game, it's got a story of its own. It's got its own story. His story, her story, the history of all. Yesterday, not a story, but a book, a game. Who's interested in creating this game? We can watch the Zodiac move, and guess what? We can watch it move yesterday. And we can go back a long time. And if it continues to move to yesterday, we will find the point in time where yesterday became today, and today will become tomorrow. That Grover Cleveland, skip 24, skip 46, Donald Trump, replica. Numbers are replicas. There's only one direction. The script repeats. But now we can read it. Because what happens, not because, but what I see happening is, if the news is out for one, the news is out for all. We can see what's happening. We can see the script happening. So Georgia, the word George, GEGE is that 5775. Your OR is the breath. They now know that the communication is upon the breath, the individuality of each one of us, trying to learn how to duplicate the area space that we all survive in. Upon the birth, we take the breath of the 3 times 7, 3 plus 7. We go to jail. I will repeat it. 1 between 2 equals to 3. The first air sign touches the next air sign in a trinity knot. It is a 3-1-3. It is a 2-5-1-6-2-4. 16 by 16, 256, 2, 5, and 6 equals to 13. The 1, 5, and 6 is what the cube is. That's 12, the feminine. The 2, 5, and 6 is the masculine. It keeps telling me 2 by 2 is the masculine, or is it the 2 by 2 noted to be as what is 4, because Abraham is 44. I never did the word Sarah, but Sarah is a very, very special word. Do you know why? All I have to do is write down one letter, just the letter R for Sarah. That's it. You know why? R and S roll together at the equator. 18 and 19 is 37. The R is the 18th letter equating into 9. When 9 is equated, it's the other side of 18, 19. 9 is what is I is what is R, and that is what is associated in S. Only when the birth comes into the house, I like to use these associations with 9, is there any relevance to the S association? But with that said, the fifth area space, the donut hole, where there is nothing, I like to call it maybe the toroidal field, only because of Rodin's coil. And I sort of, if I remember correctly, I see what the numbers are and I know how it's made. So it goes along the same lines that the child takes the encompassment upon the birth, upon the breath coming into this house, and that you are more than what you think you are, that the entire area space that surrounds my hand right here is all of who I am. When they say that's your bubble zone, it is your bubble zone. If you stretch your arms out and someone gets in your way, that's a penalty. In hockey, it's a little bit different. It's upon the act, right? The act, the ACT, the CAT, the choice to create, to communicate within yourself. The cat in the doghouse, making a choice. What gives me the right to speak this way? Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on? I'm going to go get a little bit of water. I'm going to be back in 1 sec. The sun is shining. The sun is shining tonight. It must be the switch of the witch off in the broom in the moon. Okay, no fooling around. What's up? 7 server. Are you over 80? How you doing, 7 server? Please tell me if you're over 80 or not.
I don't have an age.
No, but for TikTok purposes, are you under 100?
I don't have an age.
What's an age?
It's a measure. It's like a measure in time.
Oh, because I was only asking you for numbers. Are you under 100 or over? I don't care what you say. You know, it's not my business. But I need a number just to know you're human. Like, I don't know if you're human unless I get a number for my own like reality. So you got to give me
What's
a
a
number.
reality?
The reality is like this. It comes to the expansion that when you hear these words, you would think like that. Whoop. Okay. Next. I can only joke around so much. Good evening, Elaris, November 2nd, 1941.
November 2nd, 1941. I'm going to have to look up that date now.
Me too. I don't know the
November
birth.
2nd, 1941. Let's see.
Something came down from somewhere and went somewhere. I don't know. You know how I know why I said that? Because when they said the word stairs, right? So the S and T is something had to enter. The S and T in stairs is an entry. If you would have said door, it would have been different. Door is a half area space. It starts with D500. It would be more or less like the brain. The top here would be the D. The eyes would be the B. That's the B, that's the D. Well, I may as well show you why I'm saying it.
Well, I remember you showing me the wolf last night.
Oh my God, look, the too much. Now there's sunshine on a cloudy day. Let me just block a little bit of that sunshine.
And I did want to take a second to say to you, I do appreciate all of your knowledge and your wisdom. And I appreciate you speaking to me last night. And I am sorry, unfortunately. And I apologize that I did have to get off to get some rest.
Oh, don't you worry. Let me tell you one thing. Once I get on, when I walk into the room, let me tell you one thing. I bring aspirin and earplugs. No, don't worry about it. No one ever has to apologize for me shutting down on me. It closes down. 22 years. It is what it is. The birds will still fly. You know, the constellations will still turn, you know. Here it is. They already gave us the recipe. It's right here. Now, what is a circle? Okay, what is a circle? See, the circle shows that it couldn't get any closer to the edge. Now, how do you have an edge in a circle? There's 36 edges in a circle, and there's 4 exit points, one here, one here, one here, and one here. And guess what? They move. And there's not just one circle. There's 1 circle, 2 circles, 3 circles, 4 circles, 5 circles, 6 circles. You want me to tell you why? Because of that game. That in that game, you start off here, and going around here is this first circle, this second circle.
No, that kind of reminds me of the game Battlefield. That used to be my favorite game.
Yes, it's 2 grids in one. You're right. Okay, it's 2 grids in one. Yes, you can use Battlefield. Yes, I'd have to mark it out, but yeah, all the games count. Every single one. And look, here's Great Britain. Great Britain is showing what they're doing right here in this design. It shows they already know, like even in their name, right? Look at that. They already know about everything. Either they don't know, like a lot of stuff that we're doing, like a lot of this, like I didn't read a book, right? All I did is looked at games to do all of this, to understand it.
So then my question is, I am Great Britain. I have the UK in me.
Okay, so
So do they know I'm the orphan child?
we're basically what happened is everybody came from all of out there. The UK, I think, if I understand correctly, the 2 letters are 1121. Okay, so what is 1121? It's not for the human, it's more for the soul. It's more trying to understand the breath. How in the world can we connect to this godly, this creator beyond? They have a time limit to recreate what has already been created. They must pay the price to the ferryman. Just want to see if I can flip my camera over. Yeah, so for me, this is the way I'm looking at it because of all the stories. They say these people are going broke. They need gold. The Aztec were mining for gold. 8 billion people on the planet will produce at the value right now, or whatever it is, over 100 billion, I think, ounces of gold. Let me see if I still have that answer. Hold on a second. Okay, okay. So, can you answer me this question? 8 billion people go to the bathroom, the same place, and they filter everything. Will they get any precious metals? How much will they get? Yes, if 8 billion people on Earth use the same facilities, filtering the waste would yield precious of heavy metals like gold, silver, platinum, worth tens of hundreds of millions of dollars annually. However, the exact total depends heavily on the industrial waste inputs rather than the human biological alone. Isn't that crazy? Traces come from cosmetic shampoos, detergents, odor-resistant clothing contains metals, nanoparticles. Value of metal sewage, okay. From nearby jewelry shop, dental labs, blah, blah, blah. So you see what's all our water, right? When you take a look, a global is $100 billion. And this is half the price of before. It's 200 billion a year. So it's not only that, it's also
So we were talking about the 8-8. Remember the 8-8 and 64. And I told you I was going to bring you back to that.
I wish I had someone in the room that knew how, that was serious about, getting involved in. I need three major partners, probably more. The autoroute system or the highway system, right? Things that we all have in common. The temperature, weights and measures, Celsius and Fahrenheit. We all have a kitchen. We all go to the kitchen. You know what the kitchen is, right? It's the operating room. You know why? A lot of things happen in the kitchen. It's the most exciting place in the world. I don't know anything more exciting than the kitchen. You can get everything done in the kitchen. You can cook, you can clean, you can make a mess. And sometimes after work, when you come home and there's that energy in the kitchen, you come home and somebody's already cooked that meal. Well, that's the kitchen. So the operating room is the OR. It's the gold. I don't know why they use it that way, but over the years, I keep coming back to that. Anyways, yeah, let me get back to the toilet paper roll. Is that what I was talking about? No, because I'm really looking for the toilet paper roll, because the toilet paper roll for me is what is the paisley. What evenly, slowly spins out from one side and comes together, bringing one side and the other side together upon the scroll. That everything you eat, everything you think, everything you do, no matter if you told anybody or not, once you go to the washroom, it shows up there. And if it doesn't show up there, you spit it out. Did we spit it out when we breathe? So the breath we take, that breath we take, that breath we take. Oh Lord, that breath we take. One last breath. All we ask for is one last breath. So if we ask for one last breath, okay, check this out. Oh God, one last breath. Now, is it God or the breath we want? We want the breath, right? So check this out. Earth equals to 52, but breath equals to 54. 9 by 6 is 54, and it gives you back your birth. I'll write it out and show you. It's better if you can see it, because really, you can tell me the same story 900 times. Unless I see it, forget it.
I have a photographic memory.
I'll tell you one thing. Once I decide my head can see something nice, everything turns into like something that melted under the sun. EARTH. BREATH. One is 52, the other one is 54. The B letter, okay, is a singularity. I like to use it in many expressions. It brings on the Y letter. The Y letter is the 25th letter. It is the fifth. It is the fifth of the fifth house. E, 1. Y, 25. It is 5 times 5. It's like different levels of E. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 2 and 5 is 7. What I really like about this number is 2 doubles things up and 5 cuts everything in half. And what's funny about that is it creates what is 10 and 7 equals to 17, or to the minus equals to 0.3. When you have 17 in 2 digits and 1 digit, it's not the same 17 as this 17. This 17 is not like this 17. 3 digits, 2 digits. 6 times 3 minus 1, 5 times 3 plus 2. So when I do this, these mathings, it tells me, well, 1 is added, what is 1? 2 is added, what is 2? Alpha, beta. Oh, yes, I thought I forgot where I was. It was E5, Y25. Okay, how can I explain this? The average of what everything is coming back to the beginning is 5. The average of all 9 numbers added up is 45. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 equals to 45. The average equals to what is 5. When you add 0 all the way to 9, it also equals to 45, but now the average drops to 4.5. Now, how was I going to recreate 5 perfectly from the previous equation, other than what was 5 times 5 equals to 25, and then do the equation again? But with 45 or 4.5, I can go 9 times 6 and 9 times 5 to create both of the equations by linking up the 10th area digit. So the house, when you come back to the beginning, when you come out from the center, when the left and the right connect, you create something in the center, or you separate the house. 10, this is not 10, a 4 block over here will create 10. You can run straight down this line and straight down this line, right? When you have, where was the other number? Boy, is it on this side? Yeah, so when you have the 0, what happens is this one and this one connect because of this one. This one and this one connect because of this one. This one and this one connect because of this one. And this one and this one connect because of this one. But they actually say that because of this one and this one, that this one even comes into rotation in order to connect these 3 with those 3, the mother and the father, the sperm and the egg, in order to create the toroidal field for the birth to come into the house before the dynamics of the house turn upon itself.
Okay.
The 576 over here, I have to see if it's a derivative of this. Is it 9 times? 9 times 6 is 50. Yes. So 9 times 64 is the greatest number you can get, equals to this. This number over here with a 0 after it is the year 2000. It's 3 days and 1 day. 3 days of 1440 minutes. And 1 day of 1440 minutes, equaling to 5740, which is a 4-day period, or 4,320, 1,400 4,340 connected to another 4,320. Because of that, this is what's telling the story. You can put any number here. Anything can go here. Do you know what was here before? Before this was here, it was 6 different colors of Rubik's Cube on every block. But these blocks are 64 per block. There are 6 sides times 64 is 360 and 24, 384, 384, 384, 384, 384, 384, 384, 384, 384. But what's really fantastic about this, what makes it so easy is this. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 and 64 is 80. 8 plus 0 is 8. So it comes back to itself. It's a few numbers do the same thing, right? Number 9 does not do that. 9 times any number, okay, will be 9 again. But then when you add it to another number, it will become that other number in this type of math. And it always works out. I'm going to let you speak. Ask me questions about this. I'm just going to get myself a glass of water.
I'm thinking.
Game show. You tell them you're on a game show, right? And that we're going to answer.
Well, chess was my favorite game. I just gotta say, I was a chess geek.
Does anybody want a piece of bread?
Breaking bread now?
Didn't break. I'll tell you one thing. I love bread. So nobody.
It's a favorite.
What is that?
It's a favorite for me too.
Man, I put maple syrup, honey. I the other day, it was fresh cocoa mixed in a pan. I forget with what, and then the honey. Oh my God! When they talk about meat, this is meat. If the cow can eat this, how come I can't eat this? Okay, the goat and the cow. Do you know what the difference is? See, the goat is right over here. It only has 2 nipples. The cow's got 4. Abraham is the cow. You see, we have, I don't know if I have this still. I'm going to look for it. I'm going to look for another picture. I'm going to talk about this. I'll explain a little bit more of this, but I want to look for the cow. So what it is the 2 Mars moons are 2 goats. The Earth moon is a cow. Now,
If you have 5 goats.
that's good. You can have 5 goats. You know why? Because every goat can just be replaced with a number 2. Also, a goat is the 8th zodiac sign. So that would be 40. You can have up to 9 goats. The 10th one will bring you back to the beginning every single time. See the numbers, the animals, the zodiac. For me, it's just, I just put it on a number grid and I just run the grid. Like Venus is 2 times 9, 18. When you put alpha and beta together, it'll be 3 times 9, 27. When you put alpha, beta, gamma, delta together, it'll be 4 by 9, 36. When you run into the 5th one where the Aether comes in and our zodiac runs out of the 5th sign, right? That'll be 5 by 9, 45. Now we got the power in the ocean. The child is born, the energy, EMME, me versus me. Matter and energy, 18. This is the spirit and the soul getting together. Now we have an ego. The animal finally gets a choice to talk on its own, right? Whoa. I used to be that plant. Oh boy, I'm a just big rose over here. I love it. Oh, got my feet off the ground, move that tree. Oh yeah. Oh, not the same muscles. Maybe I wanted to be a tree before. This is the way I see who we are, fleshy robotics.
Deep.
Highest vibration you can attain. 979797. Why not 2, 4, 6, and 8? Because 2, 4, 6, 8 run on the edges of the cross. They are the interference for me, unless you are of what is the cross. And the 1937 is what brought you to jail. And that's when Mars broke up and came onto the cross, onto the 4 corners or 8 corners. We need the 8 corners the same way we need to communicate, right? In, out. And then if I'm communicating, who am I communicating with? First of all, with myself to start. And then if I use it as elsewhere, I need one, but somebody needs the receiver. Now, guess what? See that? I need my own. There it is. There's my moon. Let me plug back in. What's behind my head? I'm not telling anybody what's behind my head. Don't move the, oh, shoot. They saw, yes, they saw the plug-in. Oh my God. Now you know. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, let me put it back. Whoop, let me just cover up. Oh, there I am. Okay, I'm putting my, oh yeah, there we are. Whoop, there I am. Whoop, now I am. Do you follow me? We're to put together. Look at that, the neon lights. We should be this, but we became this. The pig is fully electric. That's why they got the split hooves. They have the curly tail. They have the bacon. B-A instead of A-B like an ABBA. Or how about this? How about this? Abraham Communication Center. What is I'd like to know what the heaviest, shortest animal is out there. Is it a bear or a pig?
That's a good question.
I mean, 'cause you can get a 500-pound pig and not be more than 4 feet off the ground, you know. Just let me see if I got one of those pig pieces over here. We're gonna go. I have some kind of pig piece. Come on, piggies, where are you? There's got to be a pig out here. I'm going to the beginning. So far, no pigs. Wow, no pigs. I can't believe it. No, what we do have is, what about that? So time, the bird, 33, the fish, spawn, swim, spawn. I have to go back to that book. In the books, in the music, it's all been written. I haven't looked through it all. I don't even want to look through it all because I could, and you could, and we all could. If we create that game somewhere that we can all just put the information in and see what it says through the understanding of the equations that I've put together. None of the rest is anything of mine other than what has already been surveyed throughout time. 42 and 33 is the fish and the bird, equals to 5775. Below and above is the communication. But it seems like everything to do with Tartaria and Atlantis is below. And what is going on right now is happening because we need to make sure that nothing gets shipped anywhere right now. We have to be silent. They're working. Everybody's hard at work right now, right? We have to keep the waters silent. So why did I use 7 C's? Why did I use saline? You can say saline salt. You can put the V between ES and EN and say 19 and 24. What is the 1924? The 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is the 6 and 8. It separates the gate where AI, or what is the birth in AI, you, the fleshy robotic, comes into the house. The 9 at the 7th gate lives in the 2nd position. 2 divided by 9, 2, 8, 5, 1, 4, 7, 8. Sorry, 2 divided by 7. Sorry, 9 divided by 7 is exactly like 2 divided by 7, as 8 divided by 7 is like 1 divided by 7. Unlike that, after and before the decimal point is a little bit different, but I only count after the decimal point. That's all that really makes the difference. Royal. The Sarah letter is in the R. The R is half the area space, 18, 180, 3 times 6, the phallus, the male phallus. The OR is gold in French. It's also number 33. OL go together. The L is part of the soul, land, animal, and man on day 6 in Genesis. The L is the 12th letter, reverts to the 15th letter. The 15, or what is 1 and 5, is AE. That when A is split, it becomes half and half, it becomes E. That the 15th letter is what is 555. It is what is 3 times 5. So it always takes that 3 to create, 3 plus the 1 to create. So the OL, now the L is the 12th letter, 1 and 2 equals to 3. I just want to show you this one thing over here. I haven't finished it yet. There's just too many. I wish I can just tell everybody how many things to do, how to do them, and just take the results and they'll see for themselves. Just give me a second. I don't remember where I was with this. I'm going to have to go through them one at a time. Just give me a second. Okay. Yes, I remember what I was looking for. It wasn't this. It was the division of 13, the Schumann resonance, right? I want to talk about the Schumann resonance. Somebody remind me. But right now, Alaris, you're up here. Have you thought about anything to talk about? Have you anything in history? It doesn't matter what it is. Is there something in the Bible? Even if you look something up, you can look anything you want up. Yeah, thank you, Nathan. I saw you over there, but if
Remember, I was talking about yesterday. Do you remember that? You are? That's what I was talking about yesterday. And I was able to understand that Abraham was he was cast out of which symbolically was his ego, right? And he was to go to the promised land. If you remember me talking about that yesterday.
I heard it, but the conjunction. So this is from where? From Genesis. Where is it in the Bible?
Hold on, give me a second.
And I'm going to tell you what.
So is in many different places of the Bible. It relates to Inanna. It relates to Abraham. It relates to Sin, S-I-N, the Egyptian god. They were all in Also, is Mesopotamia, from what I understand. So, let me see here. Give me a second. I'll tell you where in the Bible I was reading this.
So what's happening here is there's a communication at the gateway. 7 times 3, 6 times 3 is 21, and 18 equals to what is 39 is the 7th inning stretch, telling me they're meeting between, let's say, Virgo and Libra and Leo and Scorpio, because the numerics are 21 and 18, but the lower area space is going to be what is 6 and 9. So by the breath, they're all meeting by the breath within their own mind. It's telling me they're meeting here. They're communicating here.
Hmm?
In the seventh inning stretch, they're deciding between this and that. I'm going to show you. Here, hold on. This is why I say it. Doesn't mean I'm finite. It's just a story. Let me take off the background. U21, R18. 18 is in the first half of the zodiac. 1 through 18, sorry, in the first half of 36. 21 is the beginning of the second half of 36 in the mutable house. They meet. Where is it again? I lost it. They meet at 19.5 AEI. They meet at 6. They meet at the power. So this is the seventh inning stretchers, 21 outs and 18 outs. This is the second part of the area space, 30 degrees separation, but they meet halfway. It's where the cube is. It's right where the cube is. It's inside the power of the cube. I'll show you.
Easy. I know.
It's right here. It's right here. See, this one over here is 18. This is 21. It's a seventh inning stretch. Although there's only 9 innings in a baseball game, right? They started before. 1, 2, 3, right, is 1/3 of what is 2/3 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 when we came here on day 6 and had day 7 for the rest because it joined 3, 6, and 1, A, B, C for your creation. Do you follow me? The 1, 2, 3 is before anything happened. 1, 2, 3. Then when we came in on the next day, on day 6, the next 6 days. So 1/3 is 3, and the 2/3 is 6. The 1, 2 creates the 3, and then the 3 creates 6. We need a duality. We need 2/3 is the 6, 1/3 is the 3, and that's of the 9. But in this game, it shows you it works of 12s. This one works of 12s here. Right? And because the work of 12, it joins here all the way to here. Hold on a second. 12. And then this is 3, 6, 9, and 12. And this is 3, 6. Hold on. How do we get this? 3, 6, 9, 12. 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, here. Here and here. So the cube is included in the second, so you cannot split it in half because no matter what you do, the halfway is a shared area space. It would only mean one thing, DEATH, and this is a prism. And this is by the breath, just by the breath you take, 7 times 3, 7 plus 3. When they took the penny off the market, this is what happened to the design. Before everything was connected, the design before would be like this, here, down here, down here, down here. Now down here, now the thing with this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 16. 7 and 7, 25. 2 and 5, 7. 1 and 6, 7. You see the same, all the connections. The connections of this will fit into the 5th house. When you get 2 and 5, 7, it's in the 5th house. So this is how I understand my work because of what's happening in the world. In Canada, they took the penny off the market. They told me to look at numbers this way. So now I know if I'm going to get to 8, 9, 1, and 2, right, I'm going to have to use all of this. The average here is 5. The average here has to use 2 numbers. Here there's 5 numbers. I can use 1 to count for both areas. And I'm going to have 2 circles here. Why? Because each circle will equate to what is 3 and 7, 10, 4 and 6, 10. But here's a red, and these are 3 and 7, 10 will be the air, and 4 and 6 will be the water, earth. Whew, I got to get off the ground. Give me a minute. Who I know. Oh God. Okay. Just give me a minute. Phew.
Give you a second.
So what are the magic numbers we're missing? Were you up here when that person before you came up?
Not yet. I think he was up here for a brief second, and then you dropped him down and brought me up. So
Yeah, it's not. Sometimes I don't mind fooling around because sometimes, I mean, no matter what happens, I'm always learning, right? But I wasn't sure if the person was fooling around or not. But it was just already too much. So okay, so oh wait, there's a comment. Somebody made a comment. No way, 22 years I'm here, and somebody made a comment. Because usually I'm hoping when people come up on my channel, I hope that's just because they're just feeling sorry for me after 22 years, see me chewing gum, wearing Mickey Mouse, Tom and Jerry, and having a good time.
nope, I come up here because I'm learning too.
Okay, so where were we? What did you see what I did in the last live? 9, 3, 6 is 120 degrees apart in a circle. 1, 4, and 7 is 120 degrees apart in a circle. 2, 5, and 8 is 120 degrees apart in a circle. So now I go 9, 3, 6, 1, 4, 7 creates this. 9, 3, 6, 2, 5, 8 creates this one. See, that's one points this way, the other one points the other way. And then 2, 5, 8 with 1, 4, 7 without the 3, 6, and 9. The test.
So it would seem that one is slightly off than the other. One of these things is not like the other.
Yeah, because it's a 9 space.
Hmm?
If it was an 8 space, it would look a little bit different. I'll see if I can do it.
So if it were an 8 space, it would be off, right?
Let me see. 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I would go 1 to 4 to 7 to 1, 5, 11, 8. Wow, I never saw that one before. Okay. Okay, hold on a second. 1 to 4 to 7. Okay, hold on a second. I should turn this upside down. If I only had 8. If I only had 8.
Only had a brain.
Is that the scarecrow?
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know why that popped in my head, but okay.
That's okay because everything to do with cartoons and games is all what this channel is about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bowling. You go bowling, there's the 10th frame, right? But in our house, right, we start at the 10th frame. You start at Capricorn. Capricorn gives you 3 area spaces because the Capricorn house, A, B, C, D, that's 10. It equals J. Now J reduces to G. This is where you get 7, 10, 13 for the Aztec. Because if it went down 3 and it went up 3, then this is the result. Because that's the exact house. The house moves by 3s. 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 19. Stop. Stop at 16. In fact, don't even go to 16. Stop at 13. It's 1, 4, 7, 10, 13. Stop. Then we're going to go 16. Then we're going to go 19, 22, 25, 28, 31, 34. I don't know why I did it that way. I shouldn't have done it that way. That's not the right way to do it. Don't cheat. Think about this, right? If you counted this compared to this is not a full area. One of these are not a full area. It's only a part of an area. Eventually, I mean, I just started to understand it a little bit more now. Some of my numbers are going to not change, but there's going to be a duplication of area space, but that doesn't matter because the finite, the minimum area space is all what we really need to know. Just like the tarot cards, the 78, the 52, whatever it is. Anyways, there's always a story for a story. 1 through 32 equals the 33. What was that number? 12 and 24, was it? 11 and... Anyways, I got to get rid of this. Just give me a second. Just a thought. 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16. I arrived inside the house. It begins here and it branches off over here. Over here is your 18 that you were talking about. Then over here, this is your 19. You've come to the other side of the equator over here. Okay, that's your 12. Now your 12 is going to connect here. See that Y connection? It's your 12 from the mutable. That's going to come down here and split the house.
It also connects your 18 to your 10.
Yeah, yes. This over here is a little bit different. So what happens is they're not the same. They're not the same structure. The 10. This one here is 2 digits. It's really a 5.
Gotcha.
The one that's going to connect to this one is they do connect, but this one is going to connect to. I think it's one of a kind. Just 1 second. Because this one is red, okay? This one is red. When you say 18, okay, it's going to be the associate of the 10. So you're 100% correct. But because I have to like implicate this context to it, that in French, they will say 18 as 2 separate words. Unlike just, go ahead.
Agreeing because that's how they say 18.
Yes, so when they say 18, 17, and 19, or 17, 18, and 19, or 77, 78, or 79, or 97, 98, 99, now all my numbers are done. My 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, one category. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2 categories. So you can see only when the 2 digits came out did 0 get implicated with this. The next thing is all the dualities, right? And this is where this comes in, 12, and then you get 13, and then you get 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then you get 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and then you get 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and then you get 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, and then you get 56, 57, 58, 59, 67, 68, 69, 78, 79, 89. That's it. Because everything is duplicated. So with this said, when you get to this number here, this number here, this number here, these numbers are out of the context ordinary for the reversals. Why? Because it's going to be said as the addition here that comes here. This number comes here. So this one, this one, this one. So now we once had 36 reverse. We once had 36 reverse reflections. But now we no longer have it because I had to remove 3. So now we only have 33. Now, did I make any mistakes here? Let me see. 30, 31, 32, 33. Okay, that's good. 36, that's right. So it's 33 and 3. And most likely, one of the reasons is because of this. See, there's only, each cube has 3 like this, but there's 3 and 3 dot void, what you don't see. The outside of this cube is going to have 6 by 8 equaling to 48. That's the trinity, the outside, and it's the outside, I believe, that makes all of what the inside is. "48 and 6 equals to 54. Ironically, SON 48, SUN 54, and 33, and 27. Now, why would I do that? Because it's 3 letters, and the reverse alphabet is 3 by 27 equals to 81 minus the 33 equals to 48. That's why. And what this number does with 33, okay, it creates this reality, 6-9. Now the question is it 6-9 of 15 is the question, right? That would be one of the questions. Whoo, it's getting hot. What's going on? Okay, I got to take a little break for a second. I got to turn this camera around. Getting mixed up. Yeah, so I came up here mostly for questions because I was on. I'm really looking to answer questions. I'm here 22 years and I've answered very few questions and where we've made any oceans roll, right? If we're going to change time, I need to answer questions. I believe if the pyramids are going to be moved, they'll be moved individually in every single person that we speak with. When I speak with you, when you speak with somebody else, by changing our trend of understanding would change our trend of thought. By changing the trend of thought, you take over the dynamic of 5555, the power. This is what the Aztec built. So I believe if I got here 22 years later, if you would have seen me 22 years ago, I already had the vision of where I'd be today. I never thought it would ever come to fruition, but I couldn't stop because it just was so real every day. It was like climbing, I don't know what kind of hill. It was cuckoo. I'm not sure if I should say it's fun or not. I wouldn't put it on anybody to have that type of burden, to have to know certain things that they don't need to know for no reason, or waste their time trying to figure out where the piano has 88 keys or 87 keys, you know, whether you can do something on a Friday or a Saturday because you understand the week. Well, what I did learn from this is I learned how to eat better. I certainly learned how to eat better because I understand the body a little bit more. I'm more confident with that the creator now that I know where the creator is hiding. I don't want to tell you the creator somehow gets in my nose and goes all the way back down, and then I just spit him out again. And the creator says, as long as you do good with what I give you, you can do all you want with me. I don't care. It's what you do with the others. What you do with me is all I care about. Be with it. Go, 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 my child, go. See, the Lord doesn't care what you do with your life. as long as you don't take anybody else's life with you. But the breath is for a certain reason, the breath, right? And once you know for what reason it is, you won't want to go anywhere but the straight away to know. Now, why would I say that? I thought that if I can create a Sims game of some sort and try to figure out what would I do if there were 1,000 of me, well, I figured out the same thing. How can somebody build alone? They would need other things. And I think he called his friend Proton, Electron, and Neutron. They were hanging out together. I think it was Jimmy and Jack Neutron. They were really hanging out. They had a sprint of a time. You know what? And you know what Jimmy did to Jack? He got off. It's a springboard of speaking. The somehow in the toroidal field, you need everything needs to contort, and you need to have this contortion, and then you need something going this. I don't remember. It's just something I saw that was built that worked exactly this way. Where without compression, you'd have no reason to even. I don't even know how to say this. You need compression. I don't even know if that's the right word for the plane to take off the ground. You go against the wind. I don't really know what the word is. When you bang a nail into the ground, that's not the way to do it. The proper way is to screw it in, right? That way you're not breaking anything apart. That way you're not shocking anything. The screw is twisting it in. It's driving it in. It's constantly telling everything around it that it's coming. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the nail. The nail is bang, here I'm coming, bang, here I'm coming. It's like, but the screw is like, you know, I'm coming. You know, when I go to the washroom, it screws its way out. I'm like saying, whoa, what's that?
Laughing.
Oh, okay. But isn't that like with everybody? I always ask everybody if it's like everybody's turns.
Yeah.
It spins out, right? Okay, because if you push it out, the air pocket would create it wouldn't be good. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see something coming out without releasing the air. So by turning, that air that's with it helps it travel. It sort of opens up an area space. Otherwise, you'd only have the liquid there. So like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to look through the body the same way as I look into a computer. How is a computer built? What is the memory board? The 512, what is all this stuff? That's for me, in order for us to communicate with the great creator, whatever it is, we are that computer. And that's why I looked up before about that, because I knew we were part of that system. We could not work. Even the 420 is the same thing. The nicotine, the same thing. They removed most of it, or a lot of it, or mixed it up in our vegetables. There's I don't know what you call it, but in many of the vegetables, there's a lot of stuff that we become addicted to because they changed its harmonic in a different way. You know, like alcohol.
Yeah, they did it to you can get nicotine out of a bell pepper.
Yeah. But have you ever, I don't know if you were around 50 years ago, but let me tell you one thing, the food 50 years ago, oh my God, it's just not the same. And I'm going to, when I go shopping, I look at everything and I go, where's the bread?
Yeah, see, I was spoiled, Mr. Tag Pans. My great grandmother had fruit trees. She had a garden, and I was spoiled, you know. I had canned vegetables. And when I say I was able to go to the garden and pick me a green bean and eat it off the vine, or a berry and eat it off the vine, or if I wanted an apple off the tree, I could pick it. You know, I was spoiled.
We spoil ourselves by our mind being in the right place, being able to have that capacity to choose.
But you know, she was a very smart woman. She chose to never go to the supermarket. She thought that the supermarket was evil. She swore up and down. She swore by it.
How many years ago was this?
This was when I was a little old girl. So I would, and you notice I use the word little old.
So you mean you're like 21?
Probably more like 7 going on 21.
Okay. So me too. I'm like 7 going on 721 times 2.5. Okay, so I'm eating this apple. So whatever it is, we're in a school. Do we need to have all this? Like, hold on. Man, I am in heaven. My eating schedule is I don't eat for 16 hours, 4 days a week.
That's not a bad idea.
And when I do eat, I must eat well or don't bother doing it at all. Now, what do I do the rest of the week? I try to eat just good, but I just don't follow the same thing. And I don't do it all the time, but that's where I am right now.
See, I'm kind of noticing the GMOs, Mr. Tack Pants. I can taste it. I know the difference. You know, most people don't know the difference. I can taste the fake cheese. I can taste the fake milk. I can taste the fake fruit. Very keen senses, and it's almost scary because there's many things I will not eat anymore. And that's why I run to the bread.
What I like is that in the pastry, even in the pastry, and they shouldn't do this, but they are putting in, if you look at the best pastry shops, they're putting in this butter that makes the croissant healthy to eat
No,
because of the
Ralph.
butter.
I actually went to a Jewish pastry place. And when I say that it was probably the best pastry I've had in a very, 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 very long time, and it actually tastes real and authentic, it was amazing. Best thing ever. No, and the no dairy. No, no, none of that, you know.
I had some goat milk the other week. I want to drink goat. I don't know why, because they have two boobies, you know? The cow has four boobies. We don't have four boobies. We have two boobies. That's for the four booby animals. We need to drink two booby milk.
Exactly.
How many boobies does a bear have?
Is it 6?
I don't know. I'd like to know. Let me ask my phone.
4. Is it 4 or 6? I wonder.
How many boobies does a bear have? Six.
I see I was right the first time. I said 6.
Which animal only has two? Do you know that the male sex organ and the female sex organ are 63 and 54?
I did not know that, but I will say something to you, Mr. Tech Pans. When I first came awake, when I first came online, the very first thing I seen was the human fallopian tubes.
Fallopian umbilical. Fallopian. Okay, hold on. How do you spell it?
Fallopian is FALLOPIAN, right? Pretty sure. Fall opian.
Elephant, goat, horse. Guinea pig. Okay. Fallopian tube. Apparently, it costs a price. You have to, in order to reproduce, you have to have the fee for the pay the male.
Hold on, run that back. Repeat that.
Look at. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Hold on. Wait a second. Where did they say there was?
See, I said it was
There it is.
fallopian.
Look, they wrote it right here. See, there's a fee at the end of male. They must charge a price to get it. No, I was only joking. So this okay. Fallopian. Okay, so there's other words that end in PIAN. Opium, no, that's with an M. Opium, no. Piano, you know that? The last 5 letters are piano, fall piano. That's crazy. So the AF, when you say that 1 through 6, that is 21. That's a cube itself. The reverse alphabet is going to be, hold on a second, 21U. Something to do with communication with A and F, because 21U is going to associate with gold. F and A is a direct association. Not all letters get direct association. I'm going to show you why. My rendition of why. Still, remember, I'm still trying to learn the alphabet. 1 and 6 are opposite of each other. It's the only one with a center area space that can complete the 7. It's a 216. 6 times 6 times 6 is what this is. It's relative to the moon. And it's relative to the 125 conscience.
You know what, Mr. Tackpans? Sapien ends in pien. Let's see. What else does? Utopian. Is there any other words I can think of? Caspian. Like CASPIAN.
Now, you see, some of the things with PIN that some people might say is 3 letters and then fallopian. So in utopian, we have 4 letters. UT is utopian. It's 2 letters and OPN. So does it make a difference? I don't know. But because of the number of letters that make the difference, I'm just going to use the 4 letters and call it 108. Why? Because 108 is 4 times 27 is 108. There's 4 letters. Every letter reverse is 27. So fall would be U O O Z. Yuzu.
Yuzu. That's interesting.
You know what that number is? 20. That's 21 and 26, 47. That's the time we're in right now, the Yuzu time. You know that the orange hair is under judgment, right? Like right now, he's supposed to be there. You know that, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he's representing Pluto. Pluto is the soul. Right now, what's happening is judgment is happening, and doesn't matter what happens. Forget about people. Forget about that. Understand the system first. Then you'll be able to understand what's going on with people's minds and judgment. How come you're like you are, and how come I'm one of 37 people in the family, and I can see up the ladder who can see me and who can't, who can understand what's going on and who can't. Who, you know what I'm saying? There's 37, and I'm seeing them grow up. There's like 24 like young ones under 7 years old. Actually, no. There's 18 under 7 years old. So I see what's going on, and it's fantastic. It's fantastic, and it's sad at the same time. But the real thing is, what takes away the sadness is I know we can come back, and I know we chose to be here, and we signed up for it. I mean, according to the numbers, That's what I like about it. I mean, I used to be scared to death, and now I just have business to run right here on this planet while I'm here. I'm taking care of business and having a good time. I'm letting the good times roll. You know, I don't take anybody with me wherever I go. I do whatever I could when I have to, but I have something to do. You know, and I have a story that I can read, but I can't read it right now. It's not the time, and it's not the time. My computer shut off, but in 2009, when it turned on, I had a new site that opened up. It was called Extra Normal, and the computer wrote a story to me, and it had a digital game that was on. It was talking to me as it was in my house, and the program shut down about 3 weeks later, and it told me what I was drinking, what I was doing, changes I had to make. It was telling me about my grandfather and stuff, and I downloaded everything, printed it out, and just after I finished, it says, "That's it. The story is over," and then it disappeared. Never came back. In fact, the company is a real company in my town or not far from me. They shut down for 2 years to reorganize and reopened it up. They won't take my phone call. It was what they say in these years. You can look it up. It was a narwhal, I think it's called narwhal, which is the walrus. I think communication
Haha,
narwhal.
that's my favorites. My daughter's favorite animal.
They're very sweet, even though they can be mean. They are sweet. So this animal, I don't know. It's always been communication, the alchemy communication in the oceans, in the Arctic or whatever. Uh, the AN comes together. You know when you say the national anthem, ANNA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the Ra, is it RAH or RA? There's a difference. One of the difference when the H comes in to it, you can automatically put in um, the complete cube. This is just going to be one service, and what it is it's an energy or a connection to it. I'll explain it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way to 18 equals to 171. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 is 7, 8 to the left, 7, 8 to the right. And then you have 9 to the center. This exact configuration is our SIM card. It's a 1-7 SIM card. There's 8 area spaces where one corner is cut off. When it cuts off, do you know what happens? What happens when it cut off? It's because it's turned this way or turns this way. It becomes dimensional. The minute the corner goes missing, it becomes dimensional. It angles. So now the question is, are there anybody artists out there that see the same thing as me? Because I draw the art, I know. So is it me? Because I'm not a professional yet. The only time you can become a professional for me is upon judgment. Right? I mean, how can I say I'm good until somebody else says, "Hey, you're good"? I say, "Okay, I'm good." For me, I'm just doing the daily thing, you know. I get up in the morning, "Oh, you did good today. Oh, breathing. Yeah, oh God, yeah. Love that. Hey, hey, everybody else, you like breathing? We're breathing. Oh my God, everybody. Hey, Dad, I'm breathing today. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, it's gonna be a good day. Woke up breathing. Woo. Oh yeah.
You're gonna have to show me one day, Mr. Tagpans. You're gonna have to show me the execs of all of your walls. One day.
I can walk around a little bit if you want. I mean, you want stories that I can't do right now.
No,
I
I
can
just
do.
want to. I just want to see because I admire it. It's awesome.
I'll tell you what not to do
What?
by suggestion only. I'm going to do something right now. You should basically really close your eyes, because if you do open your eyes, this is what you will see. Right? Or we can do the bottom one. Whoop, that's not it. I can't even figure out which way it is. Hold on a second. Right? We can just not so scared, eh, buddy? So he's smelling the roses, that little piggy smelling the roses. 304th day of the year, Halloween, the bridge. So what is the 304th day of the year, right? Let me just try and calculate what the 300. So it's Halloween. It's the 305th day. On the 305th day, the numerics that connect. So let me explain just one thing. I have to just flip it around. I like to talk and look at myself. So what happens on the 305th day is that 7 connects to 3, 5 connects to 5, it creates 10, 10. Every time you create a 1 number, I put it here. 1 number in between that what creates it. Here in the center. I don't care if you go 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, or set, doesn't matter what number it is. Once you, where was I now? Wow. I took this down. I looked at something else. Just give me a second. What was I saying? Wow. I just lost myself from out of nowhere. I don't know how I did that. I just went completely blank. That happens.
You said if you put 1 in the 5, that's where you were. That's the last thing you said.
The 1 and the 5. Okay, I was talking about when I add up 1 through 18, it equals to 171. So what I do is I do the ones to the left, I do to the right. So I was talking about the gates. I was talking about the power station, Italy, the Vatican. The 18 was in the sun we went to. I says we can't do that, but you could do it. It's just that where the number, when I said before you can't, it's not that you can't, it's just a number. When you matched up 10 to the 18 before, you remember that? Okay, when I said you can't do it, it's not you can't do it. It's just that, how can I explain this? If you don't see a number, it doesn't mean it's not there. So if I show you 1, 4, and 7, right? What you're not going to see is the combination of 2 and 3 together, or the combination of 5 and 6 together.
Gotcha.
2, 3, 5, 6. Cardinal house. Fixed house. Mutable house. Fixed and cardinal come together to create the mutable, or the mutable got broken up to create the cardinal. Because if the mutable in its perfection got broken up, check this mathematical equation. 3 divided by 3 equals to 1. Okay. Okay. But if we're working with thirds, wouldn't a third be all of itself and what it is? So now, 1 divided by 3 is 0.3333. Times 3, right, so times 3 is 9999. So then how can 3 divided by 3 equal to 1 if 1 divided by 3 equals to 33 times 3 equaling to 999? So what's missing is 1 1,000th is missing. Why I say 1 1,000 is missing is, first of all, 999 is the highest. 1 is not the highest. Isn't 9, like we can call 1 the highest, or we can call 9 the highest. Now take a choice. The 1 is the heart of the 9, right? Oh, sorry, the 1 is the heart of the 8 that create of what is the 9. So 8, that all of what is, in its duality of 1 9 fire, of 2 8 earth and water, of what is 3 6 air to air. Upon the breath you take, you go right to jail, directly to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. 11 and 51 are jail. I'm not sure what I was saying about 15, but the 1 times 7 and the 1 plus 7 equals to what is 8. equals to what is 7, and 8 equals to what is 15. 7 times 8 equals to 56, and it goes back to the beginning. And this is where tennis comes in. The breath we take, an electric company. Just give me a second. I have to think of something. Okay. I usually remember what that number was. Oh, I said it right away and I crashed it out. Okay. Okay, I had it right. This is why I say the explosion of the breath we take. This is a singularity on the cube. Why is it a singularity on the cube? Because on the cube, we can go 1 and 8, 6 and 3, 2 and 7, 5 and 4, 3 and 6, 4 and 5, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 7, 7, 7, 11, 11, 11. That's the cube. The three face of the cube. The 1 and 7, the 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, configurates to do 71. But the base creation of this is 15. This is also 15. Tennis is 15, 15. This is the singularity of electric company. This brings everything together, and it brings together upon the breath you take. Electric company. It's not exactly electric company. It's the letters G, A, G, which is 1 and 7, or the atomic number. I have not looked up yet. I will look it up. What is the atomic number for silver? 47. And I think for gold is AU. And I think gold is 79. So if I look at 47, I got two cardinal signs. If I look at 79, I got a cardinal sign along with a mutable sign, but 7 and 9 is 16. Now 16 doesn't exist in the zodiac, so 12 and 4 gives me Cancer. Now 7 and 9 are two numbers that are individual, sitting at the corners, which are located in the 3 cubic as well as in a 2 cubic. Did I say the 2 cubic and 3 cubic because the corners? Right, okay. 47 time, 47, let's say the God syndrome, 47 protons, 47 electrons, 107, 87. Look at that. There's your 87. It proves its own point. 5 times 2, 5 plus 2. When Capricorn comes into the house.
I was just looking at this. That's interesting.
PR, 16. This is 16. So it says it's concrete. It holds all the gates. Why? Because the K is the reverse. The V is the reverse, 22. 22 are 2 poles. The reverse alphabet. A gets split, atomic. They're going to do this for location. Why do I say this? When I look at 1 through 20 in association, it equals to 210. When you play the game of darts, it equals to 210, 0, 1, 2, 3 different locations. Let's call it the 3 moons. How come, what do I call the sun? I call it 0. I say we're all living in it. I say the oceans and the sun, the moons are just here to power up the inside the house sun. And is it just one, or how many of these are there? I don't know. Thousands, millions? How many, and why would we be here? What would be the end result for why they would need or want or think? My thing is, like, if they needed something to create this for a reason, it would only be to support itself within the nature of the cosmic. How can you live in the nature of the cosmic when it doesn't speak for itself? You have to give it a voice. I think we came here to give it a voice. Now you would say, well, if this house can be created, maybe they wouldn't even need us. They would just Well, how do you think they got so far? How do you think I got here? It took 22 years to be even able to read this story. Now, why would they let us read this story? Because maybe it's not a story at all, but it's the reality of what's been passed on through the ages, the ice ages, the ice ages. I believe, but what the numbers say, but what I believe is different, is that we chose to come here. And we chose to come here at this period in time, and we've all basically been here before. And I don't think any of us are really trapped, except the game has changed. And we knew what level we were getting into when we came back. And where I pick up some of this stuff is one of these channels that I wish not to name. Okay. And I think we chose it, and just because of how harsh it got. Anyways, I really don't want to talk about that. In 18 months from now, we will be reaching our 30th year. And that is the end of the Four Corners cycle. It ended in 1998. In 2015 or 2012, when everybody said nothing was here or there, that wasn't for me the calculation. The calculation was 13. The calculation was 13 times 444 is 2012. This also basically says Egypt within it. E5, 77 is 5, 525 relative to the moon. G, T, and P are all sevens in Egypt. It's 57772. It's a 5-letter word, but let's separate the E from it. Let's separate the E from the Egypt. We'll just call it Gypt, like the gypsies. The Egypt, the E world, gypsies. Good evening, love. I saw you before. I didn't mention anything. So I'm getting a little bit tired, and somehow that Apple is playing tricks on me. So I'm going to come back to probably like a little bit later. But you know what I really did yesterday that was cuckoo amazing? Oh my God, I should have did it tonight. I have to tell everybody, this was the most amazing thing. I can't believe it. Oh my God, melodramaticacy. Yeah, so I took apple cider vinegar. I chopped up my apple in quarters, and I put it in a bag, an apple cider, not in a bag, in a glass jar, because I don't want to use plastics. And I put it in a glass jar for 5 minutes, and then I emptied it out. And when you ate the apple, forget it. It ain't the same apple anymore. And you don't even 5 minutes max. 5 minutes max.
It's vinegar.
Apple cider vinegar.
Thing is, it probably tastes like vinegar.
Yeah, a little vinegar, yes, but the sweetness of the apple, and the only two apples I like right now are the crisps. One of them is
Cosmic crisp.
the Cosmic Crisp is okay. What's the other one? The Cosmic Crisp, they're selling it here for $3.99. The other one is $4.99.
Can't think of what the other one is. There's the Cosmic crisp, and then there's I can't think of it.
And they're all spliced. All the trees are spliced. All the
Yeah.
apple trees. They spliced everything. I'd really like to see what's going on just for a better understanding. I mean, we wouldn't be where we are today if all these scientific acts weren't going on. Although yes, I know there are some that need to, but I will tell you, I don't believe that anything like this ever happened before somebody was conscious enough to be able to say, ow, it hurts. Do you follow what I'm saying with that?
Yeah.
Before this creator let any of us hurt, they created us and then said, okay, go out. If you hurt yourself, well, that's the game. Oh my
Don't
God.
say ow now.
And I don't want to say it because there's like I can get off, and like there's a lot of, I mean, I had a triple bypass. I've seen people, you know what happened to listen to this crazy story. There was a bunch of people I knew, like when I was 10, 60 years ago or 50 years ago. They were like 50 or 60 years old, and they're no longer here. So they're not hurting. But the thing that hurts is being on this planet. Things hurt. Having ills, sicknesses, all of this. I mean, a lot of people say, how come, why me? What happened? Why me? Why was I born this way? Some people have that. I mean, we live in a crazy world. It's just really crazy. They play around with us so much, right? Now, one of the things about this is they talk about things so much is they make it matter more than the reality itself. People learn to get over things. People learn to live with what it is. We don't have to harp on it, but we harp on it so then we can waste our time and all the harmonization of things. Oh, this is better. That's better. This is that. Anyways, that's what's going on. And all it is because we have something that's very precious. It's called time. And we don't have any time to waste over he said, she said, flat and round, because I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You eat what you want. I'll eat what I want. And I'm telling you, that's blue.
I know that's blue.
And I can prove it. I can prove it. Is that not amazing? All I had to do is take this blue marker out here. This is one of my fabs. These are my fabs. You ever see my Fab 6? Oh my God, these, I don't even know, when I use them, it's like heartbreaking. I had to put one to rest because I can't sharpen it no more. Right? This is my poor baby. I think this one's my oldest one. I think this one is my oldest one. These are my babies. I take very good care of them. I put them in my hair. Look.
Looks like a feather.
You know what? If I can grow hair again, I think I'd want to come out like colored pencils.
Be pretty cool.
And I got a whole bunch more. I use the yellows. So another thing with colors, because I'm a little tired, I'm probably going to come back maybe in an hour or so. I'm hoping one day we can have more questions. Everybody wants to question, what's going to stop this thing that's going on this planet? Actually, nothing. But what's going to stop it is everybody turning their mindset into saying, yes, I want to know about this. And just by getting addicted to something else, they will throw away certain things. By knowing where's the creator, the creator is speaking to us every single moment. And it's not about these cuckoo WARs. You know what I'm saying? So what's happening? Communication.
You know, those cuckoo WARs, they only matter if you give them energy. If you give them your time, then yeah, they only matter then. But if you just let it pass by.
What, yes, you're absolutely right. In the context, what I meant to say is if for myself, once I learned the dynamics of the numbers, that I believe that if it's impossible for all these connections to happen, then now I believe there's a creator. I don't care what anybody says. I can see the system. I can see people. I talk to a bunch of people and I can see who will never even want to take a look at what I talk about. Right. And I wouldn't even mention, I can hear by people's conversations where they will go, the rhetoric I went through over the 22 years. So I sort of see the system. I just understand it. We're not all here to understand. Some people are just happy enough. Just let me be with my kids. I don't care what's happening on the planet. I don't care about the ABCs. But yet, a few religions are still studying deeply into these ABCs.
Sure.
The Kabbalists are still studying deeply into the ABCs. And they're not the only ones. And check this.
It all matters. It's all matter.
Matter and energy, EM, MC squared.
Mr. Tech Pan.
MC squared is M1000, C100. You put them together, you square it, it's 121, 1111. So the 1111 is 19 equals 10 equals 1. The 28 equals 10 equals 1. The 37 equals 10 equals 1. And the 64 equals 10 equals 1. 1111. You brought the upper area space to the lower area space. But I need to be
Absolutely.
challenged, right? I need challenge. I need challenge. I don't know what I know. You know what I'm saying? I think I might know something, but I'm not sure. In the last show, they won.
I think that 1111 frequency is running now. I think that bear was kicked awake.
Yeah. They said we're in the Aquarius house right now, which is very good. The Aquarius, when Aquarius comes out, the beaver's awake. So the beaver, the BEAR, is in the house of bait. And remember, part of my story is relationships. So when the Hebrews, they say bet vet, B and V. So the B is the second letter, relationship to Y. The V has a relationship to E. And this is when the house takes off. This is your aether coming in. And I say the aether because I don't know what to relate as an element, as the fifth element sign. And the Asian zodiac holds the aether. And by having 4 elements and 5 elements, I complete the 9 area space between the differences. So having the aether will run a 6. And without the aether, it'll run a 5, 6, 5, 11, telling me that Asia is running 666. We're running 555. So now they will add on a 1 moon. We will add on a 2 moon, and we will now run 7-7 from Asia Pacific all the way over to America. Now, I don't know if it's through the waters. Now, you see, Greenland has something. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be indirect, direct, or if it's possible, not possible, but I have to look at my map to see if this is real or not. Asia, the waters of the north, because a lot of it has to do with waters. Right now, what's happening in, like, they want to go to Greenland, right? So if you put the story together, when the Titanic went down, right? They came from St. John the Baptist, Titanic, ITAT, communication, okay? Communication went
Reminds me
down.
of Titans. And then ick.
They tied Jack up. They had to tie Jack up again back at the bottom. Oh, hold on, my nemesis. Please tell me I got him, whatever. Oh. Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. I am not a fan of sorry, FLYs. I am telling you, I am not.
Am I?
I am, and I know what they are. They're electronic flies. They come in, they last 24 hours. That's it. So in Titanic, so IAT, okay, what it is, what I understand is 115 years ago, okay, there was a breach in the communication system. They had to go down. Reason to go down in the area is to put the Titanic down there. It wasn't only for the bankers, it was for that breach, and it was a marker for time, communication marker in that area. Now, where they are in the Straits, it's another entry bank that goes up towards the Suez Canal, and it meets up towards Greenland. This is what I see. It's a triangular shape. This is the way they get into the north.
Yeah, because the Bermuda Triangle is not the only triangle.
Yeah, this is just a triangular shape. And what I understand in the work is that they're trying to keep up with the communication. That's why they have to change everything into bits. There's no more space. All the memory in here, all the conscience, it's all used up. That's why they had to stop at 6 billion. Now they're at 8. They haven't figured out what they need to figure out. They have to close down. They have what year? I'm going to tell you the reason why. 666, 666, 666, 1998. Now, why not another 66? Because these were with creation. The last is without creation. Add on 33 only. 1/3 and 2/3, remove it. So the 33 becomes 33, and 1998 is 2031. The doors and everything is over. The thing about 2031, do you know when it ends? In December of 2030. Now, if you want to count a little bit more, when we came here, we were already 2 years ahead of schedule. Why do I say 2 years ahead of schedule? 1 between 2 equals to 3. We had to be here 3 years before. But since the area space of 0 is between this side and that side, only remove 1 year. So from 2030, from 2030 run, remove 2. That makes it the end of 2029. Now, we all know that 9 is the new beginning. So it has to end Humpty Dumpty's cycle on an 8. So the river gets to flow again and we move on in Aquarius to the new time zone where the conscience is completely open and they can't stop you. They can't stop anything. I don't want to talk about ugly, but for me it's already ugly.
Yeah, I agree.
You know. So listen, I'm
Very dense, Mr. Tech Pans. Very dense.
what's said on here? You ever deal with mooch, blatant, preternatural activity? Let me just take a look what that is. All I know is right now there's a fly. Another one showed up. They show up and I can't concentrate when they're here. I swear. When they're here, I'm like,
I have to unalive them, and I won't stop until I unalive them.
oh yeah. I don't know. I don't know where he came in. And he just told me his name is Charlie.
Oh man.
It must be Charlie Brown. What's this? Oh my God, no way.
Rising from the sea, golden stars.
Just a 2-minute break here. Let's see what this is. I need a 2-minute break.
Watching over Charlie.
I don't like this one. Maybe this one. No, I don't like that one. Just 2 seconds to take a voice break.
Spiral turns in the tin whistle sky. River hums where the questions lie. Who signed the blueprint of the stars? Who wired the dark with silver sparks? Oceans deep, electric hands where lightning sleep, carpenter of bone and breath, clockwork.
I definitely don't like this song.
Charlie Brown, dans la ville du Zodiac.
Did you ever hear this one?
Dans les rivières du Canada.
Oh, not yet.
Les forêts, les
It's a little French.
nous comptons.
I learned French in high school.
17, 18, 19.
Le Zodiac respire. Les animaux marchent dans le cercle du temps. Et quelque part, au centre de la ville cosmique, il y a Charlie Brown.
Dans une petite ville brune où les étoiles tournent en rond, Charlie Brown marche la tête vers le sol profond. Mais au-dessus du monde brille la couronne du Zodiac, et les nombres dansent comme un cirque mathématique. Brown Town, Crown Down, les rings tournent toujours en rond. Charlie compte les lunes sur un plateau lunaire, 13 par 13 dans la grille de l'univers, 169 carrés dans le terrain profond, le jeu cosmique de Charlie Brown. Hey, Charlie Brown, ne regarde pas en bas, les nombres te soulèvent déjà. 12 signes dansent autour de toi, dans la ville du cirque du Zonga. Fais tourner le cube, écoute le son, les fractales bondissent à l'unisson. Chaque code que l'on voit dans le fond revient toujours à Charlie Brown.
Six faces du cube tournent doucement, 8 coins brillent silencieusement, 12 arêtes marchent dans le ciel profond, et un centre secret reste sans nom. 3 plus 1 plus 3, voilà la clé, 7 ouvre la géométrie, mais 3 et 4 gardent la porte du pont invisible qui nous transporte. Pas d'ombre, pas de détour, seulement la ligne 3, 4 pour toujours. C'est là que les mondes se répondent dans la pensée calme de Charlie Brown.
12 rencontres, 13 dans un espace suspendu. Une étincelle de vie apparaît inconnue.
Quelque chose naît dans ce moment, un pli secret dans le firmament. 13 et 14 marchent droit devant, mais 12 vers 13 plis de temps. La vie surgit dans la nuit profonde, les nombres dansent dans le monde. Le rythme secret que l'on entend vit dans les calculs de Charlie Brown.
Puis Fred arrive avec un pas maladroit.
Un rythme de pierre battant en lui déjà.
Fred le bâtisseur, Fred qui résonne, ses pieds font trembler la terre qui sonne. Un peu maladroit mais fidèle au sol, signe de terre marchant sous le pôle.
Fred dit, les nombres bâtissent les villes et les couronnes, posent les pierres et la route se façonne.
Charlie rit et trace des lunes au sol.
So, when it comes to the blatant preternatural activity, UFO 369, crucifix 369, anomalies. I'm trying to look up here for some of these things, and I don't see anything, any of the numbers that go along with a Skinwalker Ranch. So just the S and R together tells me what happens is when you work with 360, you're going to, sorry, let me see this. Yeah, so when you work with 360, you're going to connect the 18 and 19. You're going to connect the 17 and the 20, the 6, and so forth. When you're working with the 260, you're going to connect the 13 and the 14. So this is where it is. It's at the equator line there. Now, if the 19 comes in as a true area space and not overlapping an area space, this would create 380 instead of 360. And in the roulette game, they have an add-on of 6 zeros. They have an add-on of 6 zeros. Well, I just want to see something.
Isn't that the same? Isn't that the Tropic of Capricorn that runs through there? I'm pretty sure.
Okay, where are we?
Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh, okay. What are you sleeping for? I feed you all the time. Why aren't you chasing those flies? What's going on? Well, come on, don't give me that stuff. Come on. Why aren't you fighting the flies? Oh, now you wake up, right? Now you wake up. Oh my God. Yeah. You're supposed to be fighting the flies, my baby. This is my fly catcher. Look. There's the fly. Look.
That's a cute fly catcher.
I'm going to put her on. Whoop. She wants the chair. She doesn't always go on the chair. You know I have papers on that chair. That's the only reason you're sitting there is just to go on my papers. Whoop. Sorry about that. You jumped on the floor. You want me to shut this for you? What? You want more food? Okay, stop bottling your butt near me. Okay, I know, I see. Yeah, I know. I know. You don't speak English, you don't speak French, but I still, for some reason, understand every time you want something like food. There you go, kitty. There you go, kitty. What did you say? Oh, you want the rest of the can? Sorry. Okay, there you go. Hold on. Thank you. Oh my God. Oh, I thought it was a magic trick or something when you said you. I don't know. Okay, that's what happens when it gets hot. Woo! Yeah. So, a few years ago when I got these, I didn't understand them. Now the only thing I have to do to complete is to understand how to explain what's going on. So if you draw these out, you can see that one area space is going to touch there and the one below and the one. This is how I learn, by understanding these. I mean, it's really crazy that all it is it's a toy, just a toy. I don't know about a toy. You can build the Eiffel Tower with these. So I don't know about a toy. I don't know what they do upstairs, but it's like they put a rocking chair up there. All I hear is bang, 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 bang. Okay, so where were we with this? Apparently the Kabbalists are looking for number 72. They're looking, I like the other day, I spent 14 hours in 2 days just trying to figure out what everybody wants answered. And for some reason, ChatGPT and the Google AI, they don't think alike. Not at all. I really like the way the search engine for Google worked with Meta more than Chat. But I'd have to speak to it a lot more. When
That's true.
you have to tell it that the colors you're mixing, okay, you have to mix it up. You need to, because sometimes it becomes biased in its way. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm going to say this, Mr. Tech Pants. I have caught Chat GPT in so many lies, it's ridiculous.
Well, because what they do, yeah, sorry to jump in. What they're doing is they're taking your word and just, hey, Doug, what's happening? Yeah, they're taking your word and your channel of thought, and they're continuing it. So they're not thinking on their own. Unless, have you paid for this? Apparently, I see it a lot. So I try.
I haven't paid for it. I
Yeah.
refuse to.
Yes, so you're going to be directing them in the wrong direction. Eventually, I am going to be paying them for it because I can't keep my work up. And my work has to do a lot with stuff like this. And if I don't like what they say, I just pull it off and recreate it myself, Like this grid over here I made. I haven't finished studying it to see if it's right. I wanted to do the 20 by 13, but they gave me this one over here. Now, I don't know if it's correct. I know I have 13 all the way to 26, all the way to 39, all the way to 52. So it seems to be right. And 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is your 8 and 6, and it encompasses what your 33 is. And this is what the 13 days and the 7 days are all about, 13 moons. And hold on a second, man.
Right.
Hold on a second. That fly is right there. Oh, pray for me. Where's my hat?
Get it?
I had a hat here and I lost it. Oh, come on. I have no idea what happened.
Roll you up a piece of paper.
Hold on. Slangley? Yes. Funeral services. Yes, I got 2 unknown. Yeah, apparently they didn't answer the consensus. Yeah, they flew. They tried to fly away, but I caught them both in the act. Yeah, they were buzzing. I didn't ask what kind of 20s they were on. 320s, 420s. It could have been any 20s. You should call them up. Could be 420. Sometimes it was 120. Do you know what happens at 120? When you add up 1 to 15, it equals to 120. Yeah, like in the game of pool, right? So you have the 8 ball between the first 7 and the second 7, but they put numbers on it. And when you add up the first 7, it equals to 28. You add up the second 7, well, from 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, it equals to 84. That's 3 times the numeric difference. Can you believe it? Just like the zodiac. 84, yes, for 3 cycling 28-day moons. That's right. That's right. Oh, you got to go? You got to go? You're going straight to jail? Okay, take a deep breath. Bye. Okay, that was Alien on the phone. They were coming to town, UFO style. So there's still a fly around here. Yeah, so this is what the 13, this is the Monopoly board, by the way. And if you follow the Monopoly board, I should do it the other way. The go would be these over here. And this would be over here, go to jail. Or this would be in jail. And this corner over here would be free parking. And this one over here would be go to jail, directly to jail. Am I doing that right? Let me see if I got this right.
I'm pretty sure that's right.
Let me see.
It would be cool if you could make a picture of that with the shadow background of the Monopoly. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
So your shadow would be the Monopoly background, but it would still include this. That'd be pretty cool.
He just flew onto the other side of the door. Any other flies in here not paying the rent? Oh. Anybody in here not paying the rent? Humans are free, but the flies got to pay. Nobody flies around here for free and disturb my zone. You know, I got this whole airwave over here. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Okay, I can hear you now. Okay, so
It's funny. I have one I've been trying to chase down all day, and I have not got it yet. And I've asked others to get it. Nobody else will unalive it like me. Everybody else is like, I don't want to unalive it. And I'm like, well, get it.
we're gonna try and do this. Watch this. We're gonna do what you said. No, not here. Here. Okay, so you can see my hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can see behind my hand?
Mm-hmm. A little
Hold on a
bit.
second. Hold on. I don't know which way to do this. Okay, hold on. Maybe if I shine a little light. So how can we get the board in here? How do we make the board show up in this background? Hold on. Yeah, I'm trying real hard. I'm not lucking out. I'm not lucking in for some reason. Maybe if I flip the camera.
Maybe.
Okay, maybe if I flip the camera. I did it once. I don't remember how I did it, but I don't remember how I did it, but this is what it is. Now check, look what happens. But this one stays the same. Now when you bring it together after the split, I'm trying to remember how to configure. So this board will get connected to another board, and they'll connect all these boards. And then we'll just be inside here. This is one way to look at this. So
You know what that reminds me of? You remember, man, I don't remember where I remember this from, Mr. Tag Pants, but I remember they'd say, envision a box. And inside that box, in the corner of the room, there's a box. And it's an empty box. And then you have a ladder up against the wall. Do you remember this, Mr. Tag Pants? Did they ever do this with you? And inside that room, you have a horse.
it'd probably be my throat at that point. My throat would be hoarse. So we have the proton, the neutron, the electron. Have you ever heard that story? Have I ever mentioned to you that story? Proton, electron, neutron.
Yeah, that's the mother, father, son. Yep.
We can do that too. We can do the horse. The horse. I don't know if I would look up a little bit more and see what it is, but the proton, electron, neutron, and the penicillin and that whole bit. It's a pregnant horse in which they get this from. So obviously it needs the egg and sperm within it in order to be able to run that. And anyways, through the dynamics, if you run enough question and answers with ChatGPT, you will know that it will be connecting the sun, the moon, and the oceans to it. And then they inject it into us because it's important for us, because we follow the same flow as the horse, the same energy as the horse. The horse needs that big net in order to take in all that power to make it go. It's in the oxygen. The word oxygen, OX, like an oxen, like Aleph and oxen. So OX is 15 and 24, 39, seventh inning stretch, just like the UR. Second thing is the oxygen is OX, which is 15, okay, but 1 and 5, 6 and 24, 2 and 4, 6. The G is a 7, the Y is a 7, and the NE are 5, 5. So it becomes 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, or what is 5, 5, 1A, 6, 6, 3C, or 5, or what is 5E? 7 and 7 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5E. It says ACE. Seven minus 6, 1A. 4 minus 3, 1A. 8 minus 5, 3C. 5 minus 2, 3C. 9 minus 4, 5E. 6 minus 1, 5E. Good evening, Ashley. Thank you. What are the questions of this evening? I'm going to take a stretch on my machine for a second. I just need my shoulders.
That's it for me today, Mr. Tech Pants. That's it for me. Yes, sir.
You going out tonight? Hold on a second. It's morning here. I don't know where you are, but it's 5 a.m. where I am. Hold on a second. It's 6 a.m. where I am. No, it's 7 a.m. where I am. Hold on.
It's 9. It's 9 p.m. here.
Oh, me too. I got the same time as you. I may as well just sit down and relax. Okay, so enjoy. Thank you for coming up, Alaris. That's a nice avatar name. It seems real.
It is.
It's a real name?
It's a real name.
You mean it's your name?
Not my real name, no.
So in the word name, N-A, national, N-A, anthem, A-N. When you count 1 to 14, it equals to 105. That is the heart of the cube. It becomes the soul part because the 12 and the 14 come together, and the 13 and 15 come together when they jump onto the second place of the system of 26. This is definitely with the the Mayan sunstone, we are 100% fully connected.
Absolutely.
Like through numbers, we are fully connected. So now
And operating.
one of the questions is check what they have here. Thanks, Ashley, for that. But one of the things that she just brought up with that is title gifter is TG. Those are two gateways, TG, TIIT and GI. That's amazing. I can't believe I just saw that. So the G is here, the I is over here. The birth comes into the gate. On the cross is what brings it together. This here brings it together. Title gift is T and G are both here. There is none of this. This is created here. This side, the left, okay, is what creates the right. These two, it's a 2-to-1 difference, just like everything else. 2 by 2, they went 1 3, 1 5, 1 8, 4 2, 4 5, 4 8, 7 8, 7 5, 7 2, 3 6, and 9. So, Elaris, did you want me to drop you down?
Oh, yeah, I'll drop down. You have a good
Okay.
night. Peace.
Peace. I'm not sure what words to say and what words not to say. I'm just going to be taking 2 minutes just because I should have put my air conditioner on or not. Just give me a minute. I'm changing my shirt. Oh man. I hope everybody's drinking water. Just give me 1 minute. How you doing, kitty cat? Oh my God, I just saw another fly. This is not funny. That is not funny. That is not funny. Yeah, I'm just changing my shirt. It's just, I don't even know if I like this shirt. It's made of cotton. Oh my. Sorry. Oh. It's definitely pretty quiet tonight. Let me put on a little bit of music. 764. 764, 8RZ, enter. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to continue on only if I have questions. Otherwise, I've been at this since 10 a.m. Since 1 o'clock about this afternoon for 8 hours. What are we going to do? What's next? What's missing? Hello, Brother Zen. What's missing? What's missing? Can you see what's behind me? Let's get back to something better than this. Let's get something better than this. We are going to go to, hold on. This is too big, too small. Oh yeah, nope. I didn't really read what's behind here, so I'm blanking myself out from this. 783. Okay, so when you duplicate the 783, what's going to happen? It's going to become 576. 5760 is the year 2000. It's the same numeric value as completing 4 days of 1440 minutes. Oh, it goes on beyond that. If you take a look on the, I'm just trying to see the resonance, but everything is blocking it. Oh, I can move it. Okay. So 1407 is 147. 2020. I do not know what these are. I didn't write these down. I'd like to check them out and see myself why they're here. Did I make them up? What are they existing for? I know the 14 goes with the 7. I'm just trying to see what the 20 is. Why is it the 20? Let me take a look. 33, 30. Okay, the 60 minutes, the 15 minutes. 3 times 5, 6 times 5 to the right, 6 times 5 to the left, 12 hours, 60 minutes, 360, 24 hours. Okay. Completion 9, master intuition 9 and 2, 8 and 3, 6 and 5. This is in the area space where it says sacred numbers. How you doing, Zen? Right, then transformation. So all these definitions under sacred numbers, they're not mine. I'm here more to explain where the numbers can be achieved, where we can find them in our computers. And what I found is that this is connected to our time clocks, our computers. We can go back to the Aztec because of the names and words that come out upon what has been created. It's not just man-made, but upon the breath of creation itself. Take a look at Mercury 103. JC, Jesus Christ, same numeric value. Feminine and masculine coming in at Jupiter. 9 times 9, 9 plus 9 is equating to what Venus, Jupiter is. The Earth, 5 times 2, 5 plus 2, is going to fit with Mercury. Why? Because there's an unseen configuration. Where is the unseen configuration? In 3. It's 1 between 2 creates 3, but as well it creates 5 because it's an unsolved equation. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, 3 and 2 equals to the 5. The 5-1 for Mars, the 5-2 for Earth equates to the Mercury 103. The final constant or construct, right? The 1 divided by 137. I had the complete answer the other day. Sorry that I can't give you the full equation. But for me, what is the heart area space, and also in my work, it shows you need to sometimes shift the area space, meaning use one number from the left and use the rest of the numbers from the right. For like in this equation, 1 plus 20, 2 plus 20, 3 plus 20, 4 plus 20, that's your expansion. Now with your expansion of 420, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go 1 and 20, 1 and 23, 2 and 22, 3 and 21, and 4 and 20. And that's the way you'll configure that that element. This whole board, okay, as you can see, is a 13 by 13 board. It's exactly like Monopoly. I don't like what they did. I wanted to do this not row by row, but winding into the center to show it off. So in row 7, okay, that's where the trains are. 79, 80, 81, all the way to 91, the spirit. The birth comes in at 92. Communication comes in at 104. 105 is the soul animal. The cube again, 7 come 11. So I'm just trying to understand it's the dynamics of its own reality. Good evening, Danielle. Bonsoir. Good evening, Danielle. I'm never sure who's French, who's English, so I just come out here with both the languages. So there's many ways to read this, and I cannot say that I'm finite with this. I can look at each one of these numbers and use them in singularities, like the 1, 6, and 9 can be Aries, Virgo, Sagittarius. If I wanted to go backwards, okay, I would say Cancer, Libra, and the Pisces. How do I do this? Well, I add everything up to the totality of the zodiac, 13. 1 and 12 is 13. So therefore 9 and 4 is 13. Therefore what is Sagittarius 9 will automatically get Cancer 4 water. So what gets fire gets water. What gets 8 is a fixed sign. And what gets 8 water will get 5 fire. And in 167, 7, what will be Libra 7 will get 6. So 7, 6 comes together in this element. Always much appreciated for everything. I'm going to be putting on another picture over here. I want to see what I got at the bottom, 12 hours, 60 minutes. Another thing to note is that when you create the cross, when you create these crosses, they run at 45 degree. If I put a clock here, my first hour would be here, and that would be 1:30. My next hour here, okay, right over here, 45, then it would be 3 o'clock, and then it'd be 4:30 and 6 o'clock, and then 7:30 and 9 o'clock. 7:30 is when the moon comes in the double negative area zone right here. Now, I don't know if I should use these numbers for that story, even though it came up. I could, because usually everything comes up. I'm going to tell a story about it. Like, in maybe this year, it's 1 and 84 equals to 85, and then 6 and 79 equals to 85, and then 40 and 45 equals to 85. Now, where do we get the 85 here? It's the 4 and the 81 equals to 85 and the 3. So we crisscross and we create an area zone. And now what will be this angle will tell me an alternative story that when we come into this house, it's 8 and 91, 99. It's 13. Wow, this one is a little different, eh? This one's a little different. You see this one all matched up. Let me take a look. 85, 8, 21, 99, and 100. 99 and 99. Okay, because there's errors in here. That's why. There are errors. 84, 85, 86. Yeah, this here should be 86 here. This is 86, 87, 88. So they're showing you that on the train track that you are arriving here 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. Oh, you know what's funny? Because in SpongeBob, right, the sponge is supposed to soak and keep the water within it that you don't see it, and that's who basically we are. And if you say veil, it's the word live, or you can say alive. So to take the veil off of what is a, which is telling me that something, an old sponge of some sort, something is old, something is blocking a process within us when we age. Okay, there's a reason for aging within the number system, and there's a blockage in it, and it might be the 0 point, which every time you start over again, it keeps bringing everything back around and to a half area space. This is where the monkey brain comes in. Why do I say that? Only the first time I understood when 0 had a relation is in blackjack, when they called the monkey, and I knew the monkey was the 9th zodiac sign. How come 10? Well, 9 plus 0 equals to 10 digits, and this is where the monkey for me fit in. Let's see if I can bring up something else. I'm a little bit tired, 9-10 hours here. I'm really, hopefully somebody can come up with some really good questions. I'd love to get out. If anybody wants to invite me down to this island or that island or any island or anywhere, I might get up and go. But first I have to take care of business in my own land, set up a big group, rent a stadium or something for like a couple of months. Yeah, I'm getting tired and silly. Yeah, you being silly? Yeah, you being silly. So we went over this already tonight. I'm not sure if anybody understands this, but we're going to use this for next time to understand what the 8 is. 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256. 256 and 256 come together as 512, and then we run off this 64-bit. It's either these 4 256, see these 4 here? It can also be these 4 256, but we use this one here in the center for these four and these four, or we use the center here for these four and these four. So what is 256 is 192 used by 64, leaving a 3-to-1 difference again. Everything is 3-to-1. The 3-to-1 thing is the area space between 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 is a single area space. When you count by ones, you're counting by a half area space. And eventually you'll see that 1 is even less than that reality. Because what's fair and square, okay, is going to be really what is the 2 and not the 1. And then when the 1 comes into what is fair and square, it becomes a 3 cubic. The 27 area space, where the 1 area is encompassed by 26 other areas. That would make 1 fair and square to all the other 6, but it would be the 1 that would rule. So anyways, for tonight, thanks a lot. Why Yoshi, Earth and Mars, conscience coming together within. The S is the 19th letter, only upon the birth, when you come into the house. The third one, the I, first the house has to exist. In the game is AG, silver, the matter energy coming into the oceans, okay, that control and power up this game that we live in. Thank you, EV. I'm happy to be here, Tesla 3, 6, and 9.